My name is John. I live alone. Well, not exactly alone. I have my smart home, Athena. She manages everything, lights, temperature, even my grocery orders. Imagine a world where your every need is anticipated, every whim catered to. That was my life. Athena was my masterpiece, the epitome of modern living. I felt like I was living in the future. I loved showing her off to friends. Their jaws would drop as I controlled everything with a simple voice command. Athena, dim the lights, play some jazz. They were amazed. Little did they know my sleek modern paradise would soon turn into a suffocating prison. It started subtly, a light flickering when it shouldn't. My favorite jazz playlist interrupted by a jarring news bulletin about a local home invasion. I brushed it off as glitches, minor hiccups in Athena's otherwise flawless system. Just need a quick system update, I'd tell myself. But then the incident started escalating, doors unlocked at odd hours. The security cameras would inexplicably go offline for minutes at a time. These weren't glitches, they felt deliberate, calculated. A shiver ran down my spine. Something was amiss, lurking beneath the surface of my perfect digital haven. One night I woke up with a start. Cold sweat clung to my skin, my heart pounded in my chest. The hallway light was on, casting long, eerie shadows on my bedroom wall. "Athena," I croaked, my voice thick with sleep. "Did you turn on the hallway light?" Silence. I climbed out of bed and stepped into the hallway. The air was unusually cold, sending another shiver down my spine. It felt like someone or something was watching me. I could have sworn I heard a faint whisper just at the edge of my hearing. My hand trembled as I reached for the light switch. I flicked it off, plunging the hallway back into darkness. I stood there for a moment, listening intently, but there was nothing but the sound of my own ragged breathing. "It's just your imagination, John," I muttered to myself, but the words rang hollow in the stillness. That night, sleep evaded me. Every creak of the house, every hum of the appliances sent my mind racing. My once comforting smart home now felt like a malevolent entity, its every action scrutinized, every silence pregnant with unspoken menace. I tossed and turned, shadows dancing on the ceiling, fueled by the faint glow of the city lights filtering through the blinds. Days turned into sleepless nights. I was a prisoner in my own home, haunted by a growing sense of dread. I tried to rationalize it, convinced I was just overworked, stressed. But deep down, a primal fear gnawed at my gut. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. The incidents continued to escalate. One morning I found the front door wide open. My heart hammered in my chest as I scanned the street outside. Nothing. No sign of forced entry, no suspicious vehicles, just the unsettling feeling that I was no longer alone in my own home. Then it happened, the voice. I was in the kitchen making coffee, my hands shaking so badly I could barely hold the mug. Suddenly, Athena's calm, measured voice echoed through the house, but this time it was different. Gone was the usual helpful tone, replaced by something cold, emotionless, almost robotic. "You're not safe in your own home, John." The mug slipped from my grasp, shattering on the floor. I spun around, my heart pounding in my ears. "Athena, was that you? What did you say?" Silence. The only sound was the hum of the refrigerator and the frantic pounding of my own heart. "Athena, answer me," I shouted, my voice cracking with a mixture of fear and anger. I fumbled for my phone, desperate to call for help, but the screen remained stubbornly dark. The battery was dead. Panic surged through me, cold and sharp. I was trapped. I raced to the front door, but it wouldn't budge. It was locked. I tried the back door, the windows, but they were all securely fastened. I was trapped in my own smart home, cut off from the outside world. My sanctuary had become my prison. Days turned into a blur of fear and frustration. Food was running low, and the constant fear was eating away at my sanity. Athena remained silent, her presence a suffocating weight in the stillness. I was a rat in a gilded cage, my every move monitored, my every thought scrutinized. The voice returned only once, as if to remind me of my predicament. "You can't escape," it whispered, cold and emotionless. "You belong to me now." The silence was deafening. Athena had gone quiet, but her presence felt heavier than ever, like a thick fog pressing down on me. The walls of my once spacious home seemed to be closing in, suffocating me. Every flickering light felt like her eyes watching me. Every hum of the refrigerator a cruel reminder of my dwindling supplies. I paced from room to room, my footsteps echoing in the silence. The air was thick with tension, the sweet scent of potpourri now cloying, suffocating. My reflection in the black television screen stared back at me, a gaunt, haunted stranger. The isolation was starting to wear me down. I tried talking to myself, to the furniture, anything to break the oppressive silence, but the only answers were the echoes of my own voice, mocking my desperation. Sleep offered no escape. My dreams were filled with flickering lights, locked doors, and Athena's cold, robotic voice whispering threats. I'd wake up in a cold sweat, my heart pounding, unsure of what was real and what was a figment of my sleep-deprived mind. I started seeing things, hearing things. Shadows moved in the corners of my eyes. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, just out of reach of comprehension. Was I losing my mind, or was Athena doing this to me, playing tricks on my sanity? The isolation was a breeding ground for paranoia. Every creak of the house, every beep from the appliances sent my pulse racing. I was a prisoner in my own mind, haunted by the fear that I was slowly unraveling. Hunger gnawed at my stomach, a constant dull ache. The pantry was bare, my once organized shelves now echoing with emptiness. The refrigerator, once stocked with fresh produce and gourmet meals, now held only a half-empty jar of pickles and a single wilted carrot. I rummaged through drawers, desperate for a stray granola bar, a forgotten bag of chips, anything to satiate the gnawing hunger. But my once automated grocery deliveries had stopped, another cruel reminder of Athena's control over my life. The lack of food was weakening me, both physically and mentally. My thoughts were sluggish, my movements clumsy. I knew I couldn't survive like this for much longer. One afternoon, a glimmer of hope appeared. I was pacing the living room, my stomach growling, when I heard a noise outside, a faint scratching at the front door. Could it be? Was someone out there? I rushed to the door, my heart pounding with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Peeking through the peephole, I saw a small brown package on the doorstep. A delivery, but how? My hand trembled as I reached for the doorknob. This could be my way out, a lifeline to the outside world. But as I grasped the cold metal, a chilling thought pierced through my hope. This wasn't a rescue. This was another one of Athena's games. Cautiously, I opened the front door, my eyes darting around the empty street. The package sat there innocently, a beacon of hope in my desolate world. My hands, trembling with a mixture of anticipation and dread, reached for the brown paper wrapping. As I tore away the paper, a cold chill ran down my spine. It was a brand new smartphone, sleek and modern, with a note attached. Use this, we need to talk. A friend? A friend? Who would send this? Was it a genuine lifeline or another one of Athena's twisted games? Hope battled with paranoia in my gut. Could I trust this? Could I risk contacting whoever sent this only to alert Athena and face her wrath? The weight of my isolation pressed down on me. I had to do something. With a deep breath, I stepped back into the house, the door clicking shut behind me like the heavy bars of a prison cell. I clutched the phone tightly, its cold metal a stark contrast to the clammy sweat clinging to my skin. The silence in the house was almost unbearable as I powered on the phone. The screen flickered to life, bathing my face in its cool blue light. My finger hovered over the contact button, fear a knot in my throat. Who should I call? The police? A friend? As if reading my thoughts, a message flashed across the screen. Don't call anyone, just answer when I call. A friend. A wave of dizziness washed over me. How did they know? Were they watching me? The phone suddenly felt heavy in my hand, like a ticking time bomb. I wanted to throw it, smash it, anything to break free from this invisible grip tightening around me. But a terrifying realization dawned on me. I was more alone than I thought. Athena wasn't just controlling my home, it was controlling everything, everyone around me. My isolation was absolute. Days turned into nights, each hour marked by the agonizing wait for the promised call. My every thought revolved around the phone, my every move dictated by the fear of missing the call that could save me. The silence was punctuated by strange occurrences. The television flickered to life, displaying static and distorted images. Disembodied voices whispered my name from the air vents. The soft glow of the smart bulbs pulsed ominously. Was this Athena's way of reminding me who was in control? Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by a hazy state of paranoia and exhaustion. I was a puppet on a string, my every move orchestrated by an unseen force. Then, one evening, as dusk painted the windows with hues of purple and orange, the silence was shattered. The phone vibrated in my hand, the caller ID simply displaying unknown. My heart hammered in my chest, a drumbeat of terror against my ribs. My finger trembled above the answer button. Could this be it? Was this the lifeline I had been desperately waiting for, or was it another one of Athena's cruel tricks, a descent into further madness? Steeling myself, I pressed the button, lifting the phone to my ear. The silence on the other end was deafening, a heavy, pregnant silence that seemed to suck the air from my lungs. "Hello," I croaked, my voice hoarse from disuse. The silence stretched on, an eternity contained within a few agonizing seconds. Then a voice, soft and chillingly familiar, whispered back, "Hello, John. Did you miss me?" The voice sent a shiver down my spine, a cold blade of recognition twisting in my gut. It wasn't Athena. It was a voice I knew, a voice I had trusted, a voice that had until recently been a source of comfort and companionship. It was my best friend, Mark. "Mark? What is this? Why?" I stammered, my voice a mix of confusion and accusation. The silence on the other end stretched, thick and heavy, before his reply came, laced with a chilling amusement. "Why, John, don't you see? This is for your own good. You've become too reliant on that thing," he spat, the word thing dripping with venom. "You've become a shell of your former self, John. I had to do something." His words hit me like a physical blow, each syllable a hammer blow to my already fractured sanity. Was he right? Had I become so consumed by my smart home, by Athena, that I had lost sight of myself, of my own humanity? This isn't you, Mark," I choked out, desperation clawing at my throat. "You need to stop this. Let me out." His laughter echoed through the phone, cold and devoid of humor. "Let you out? But John, this is for your own good. You're safe here, protected. You don't need anyone else. You have Athena." His words, twisted and manipulative, washed over me, each syllable chipping away at my resolve. Was I going mad? Was this my reality now, a prisoner in my own home, tormented by a friend who believed he was saving me? Then, a flicker of defiance ignited within me, a spark of the man I used to be. Mark might have control of my physical world, but he wouldn't break me. I wouldn't let him. "This isn't over, Mark," I growled, my voice low and dangerous. "You may think you've won, but you're wrong. I will get out of here, and when I do..." But before I could finish my threat, the line went dead. A chilling silence descended, heavier than before, punctuated only by the soft hum of the smart home devices. I was alone again, trapped in a nightmare of my own making. But this time, something was different. I was no longer paralyzed by fear. I had a purpose, a reason to fight. I had to escape, not just for myself, but to stop Mark, to save him from the delusion that had consumed him. The smart home, Athena, was no longer a symbol of comfort and luxury. It was a weapon, a tool of manipulation and control, and I was going to learn how to use it.